The market price is 3,000 yuan, but the buyback price reaches 160 million. What the hell? Do I really have superpowers? Before I can process that shock, the host announces 8 salvaged, unclaimed containers recovered from the sea for auction. The host sets each container's starting price at 3,000 yuan. I finally understand what this is, a container auction. Hundreds of millions? What kind of things could be hidden inside these containers to make them worth so much? Frank reminds me that we are only here to watch the excitement, but the mystery already has my full attention. Frank warns me, don't make any rash moves. This has nothing to do with your antique specialty. Everything depends on luck. I acknowledge that, then raise my hand. Host, I bid 3,000 yuan for this container. The people around me react in disbelief. And even Frank cannot believe I have acted without warning. Someone challenges me. Did you know you were bidding? I laugh awkwardly and admit, the impulse was impossible to resist. Now the situation is clear to me. Before the host settles the bid, I raise my hand. I offer 40,001,000, not 11,000. Ross studies me as though I have appeared from nowhere. Kid, you look unfamiliar. Which road are you from? The question carries the weight of a challenge. Ross claims the container for himself and demands respect. This container is mine today, so give me some face. I refuse to yield, and he immediately turns the matter into a contest of strength. A fresh bid leaves the rival staring. Fine. Today I'll see what you've got. 100,000? Are you stupid? Ross points out that everyone else raises the price by 10,000 or 1,000, while I suddenly jump to 100,000. He calls me an obvious beginner and sneers, today I'll see what kind of crap you can come up with. Frank tries to calm me, but I remain confident. Don't worry, this gentleman, before the sentence finishes, another bidder shouts, 200,000 yuan? The auction floor instantly grows tense. The host scans the crowd and asks, anyone else offering a higher price? For a moment, no one answers. Ross refuses to believe anyone would pay so much for an unknown container. Only a fool would think it is full of treasures. I hope you open one full of tattered clothes, kid. You are asking for it. His curse hangs over the auction. Frank cuts off Ross's petty provocation. There is no need for such talk. Since no one else is bidding, this container belongs to this gentleman. The host accepts the results, and the winning container becomes mine. The price leaves a companion worried about the money. I hope her offers everything saved through years of work, probably several 100,000 yuan. You can take it, the companion insists, putting the entire burden within reach. Another voice reacts with surprise at the offer. Oh ho, this little girl is quite wealthy. Ruby's financial position suddenly becomes part of the auction's attention. Ruby dismisses the concern and offers her own card. Just swipe my card. A monthly allowance of 300,000 yuan is impossible to spend completely anyway. Her confidence silences the hesitation. The card offer stops me, and I wave it away. No need, 4 years of part-time work already gave me enough. Let's open the container first. My luck, the lucky bidder, has paid 100,000 yuan. Frank looks toward the purchased container, and I agree with the excitement. Right, let's see what we can get. Now the auction matters less than what is hidden inside. The container is brought forward, and the crowd urges the opening. Sir, shall we open it now? Open the treasure, it is sure to be a treasure. When the doors reveal the first contents, the voice celebrates, ha ha ha, it seems the guess was right. A full container of suitcases appears before us. Someone quickly urges, open them and see whether it is all just tattered clothes. Then the same voice turns toward the laughter. What are you laughing at? The doubtful crowd has barely finished mocking the luggage when another possibility emerges. Maybe these suitcases are full of money. The simple suggestion keeps the outcome uncertain. The first suitcase opens, revealing ordinary clothes. Oh, really, just clothes? The speaker complains about the rush, then points out that many more suitcases remain. Frank offers to open the suitcases himself, but I tell him to watch while I handle it. We eventually decide to work together. We have already opened it, so we cannot just do nothing. 350, 720, and 120 yuan, every appraisal is worthless. 500 yuan is worthless. 800 yuan is worthless too. Every item looks like junk, yet the system has identified something worth 160 million. Judging by this container, the unknown treasure can only be hidden inside a suitcase. One by one, I inspect every suitcase. The heaviest suitcase catches my eye. Damn, this one's heavy. Maybe it's the treasure. The suitcase looks broken enough to invite ridicule. Someone mocks it. Treasure my ass. If this thing contains treasure, I'll eat my words on the spot. Yet the system's value exceeds 100 million, so I focus on the heaviest case and wonder whether gold bars are inside. As people push from behind, I shout, hey, those behind, don't push. I don't want to. When the lid rises, I stop holding my breath and shout, tell me what is inside. A voice answers, a whole box contains investment-grade gold bars. I stare at the discovery. How can this be a box of investment-grade gold bars? The supposed treasure becomes stranger still. The spectators finally lose control and burst into laughter. Who is so bored? Ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. The container looks more ridiculous with every item revealed. The iron bars are valued at barely $100. Someone tells me, "Kid, you are really lucky," then Frank confirms that every suitcase has been brought out for inspection. The host totals the disappointing haul: 80 pounds of iron bars, old clothes, and 36 suitcases, worth only $800 altogether. The crowd laughs at the idea that this pile could possibly contain something worth $120 million. The result makes no sense. How can such worthless contents hide that value? Yet I know the system never makes a mistake, and that contradiction leaves one conclusion. The suitcases must contain something worth more than $100 million. Ross keeps laughing at my arrogance and reminds everyone that I bid $100,000 for each gamble. The host urges the auction onward, while the crowd tells me to get lost and stop overestimating myself. Then Frank notices another small suitcase. It is extremely light, and the damage suggests it could hold only 2 pieces of clothing. Sipsa. The system gives this suitcase a market price of $3,000 and a recycling price of $160 million. I have finally found it. I ask Ruby about the brand, and she identifies it as Louis Vuitton from the sports series. The case looks expensive, but I still need to know how expensive. Ruby examines the material and identifies crocodile skin. She cannot name the exact price, but estimates it should be worth at least $100,000. The crowd reacts to the expensive suitcase with disbelief. The suitcase is clearly valuable enough to attract attention, but its true contents remain hidden. Someone argues that a broken case cannot possibly break even, while I ignore the doubt and prepare to inspect what is inside. Such an expensive suitcase must belong to someone extraordinary. There may be a surprise inside. As I handle the combination lock, someone protests, "Sir, what are you doing? Break that lock, and nobody will want the suitcase." A hunch tells me something valuable is inside. I open it and groan, "Damn, why is this all commercial equipment? This old junk is barely worth anything." The equipment seems fit only for parts. Then I find a notebook and call to my companion, "Sir, it lists BWC as the account and W13376 as the password. Could these unlock Bitcoin, like that viral video? I cannot tell." The notebook only labels them account and password, never the service instead. It could belong to a game or video website. The clue is too vague to verify. A companion disagrees. "Don't you keep passwords in your notebook? Maybe these are bank card passwords." "Are you stupid? Who records passwords here, owns this many cards, and uses letters mixed with numbers?" "Right, letters and numbers." It clearly isn't a bank card pin, leaving the damaged suitcase itself as the only valuable piece. With every item laid out, the system must locate the supposed 160 million value among them. It appraises a laptop at 200 yuan for recycling, an iPad at 80, and another laptop at 0 market and recycling value. This is my first 0 valued item. Another market price reads 3 yuan. The 120 million treasure must be the cards inside these envelopes. The envelopes hold bank cards. I sigh. What use is money trapped there? The appraisal remains merciless. Bank cards, 0 market value and 0 recycling value. The old man scoffs. "Kid, only the suitcase had any value. Only the last bank card remains, so it must be worth 120 million. The appraisal crushes that hope, 0 market value and 0 buyback value. The final hope now disappears with those numbers on the screen. What the hell? What the hell? The total could be 12,000, not 120 million, with only the suitcase carrying value. The old man laughs. "You smashed that too. Now you've lost everything." Yet when I return everything, the appraisal reads, suitcase market price 120 million, buyback price 120 million. The same impossible figure repeats on the screen. Where did this go wrong? Why does replacing everything restore 120 million when checking each object reveals none of that value at all? This is outrageous. You're still refusing to give up. Young people are hopeless these days. "Old man, say one more word and I'll throw you into the sea to feed the fish." A companion cuts in. "Let's go, I've learned my lesson. Every object besides the bank cards has some value, eliminating them all." Then I pause. The notebook matches the cards and both alone receive 0 value from the system. The notebook is priced at 0, too. A companion notices my reaction. "What's wrong, sir?" The answer strikes me. "Damn, I've got it." "No, not this one, nor this one." "Ha, this card matches." The notebook records an account number identical to the bank card number. These cards use no ordinary PIN, their credentials combine letters and numbers. At last, everything fits. The money is indeed stored through these bank cards. Yet each individual card still receives a value of 0 from the system. Then let the system recycle them. Whether the funds can be withdrawn or not, you'll receive the money directly anyway. The strange card sends me to my companion. "Sir, which country issued this? It looks nothing like a card from our banks." He studies the UBF mark and says, "It comes from a Swiss private bank." Confused, I ask, "Is every bank there called Swiss bank?" He replies, "No, UBSA is the major Swiss bank people usually mean." My companion clarifies, "Only the major institution is commonly called Swiss bank. UBF is a separate Swiss private bank." I always thought Switzerland had only one bank. A quick check confirms it and I point at the card. This is UBF, a Swiss private bank. My companion explains, the major Swiss bank ranks first. This one is smaller, but still among Switzerland's 7 private banks. Do they open accounts without meeting clients? Accounts may use a real name, a pseudonym, or complete anonymity when opened. Swiss cards are not merely anonymous. With only the card and PIN, someone can withdraw money directly. This card itself may be anonymous. Maybe the news should carry a lost and found notice, allowing the owner to come forward, especially if money is inside. Something feels certain now. The money on this card can be withdrawn. You two are looking at me strangely. Frank turns toward me. Think about the kind of person who opens an anonymous bank card. Usually, it is someone with ill-gotten money, hiding both their identity and dirty funds. Anyone losing a bank card would report it immediately. I concede, of course. He lands his conclusion. Exactly. Frank continues. A lost bank card must be reported. If these cards were never reported, only one possibility remains. He studies the notebook's handwriting and the suitcase. If the transfer itself is ordinary, that is fine. Even under normal circumstances, however, that person would rarely choose an anonymous account. His conclusion unsettles the room. You think your judgment about the account owner is correct. Enough dwelling on that. We don't even know whether there's money inside. Let's call the bank and ask. The answer is blunt. That achieves nothing. The decision comes instantly. I'll book a flight now and leave immediately. Anyone traveling specifically to Switzerland for an account probably deposits no less than 10 million. Frank's analysis draws amazement. Frank, you're incredible. You can even work all this out. It should exceed 10 million. 10 million equals only about 1 million Swiss francs. That isn't much money abroad, and it hardly justifies traveling to Switzerland for an anonymous account. My estimate is at least 80 million Swiss francs across these accounts. One final calculation remains. What's the current exchange rate for Swiss francs? At 1 to 8, the conversion makes it 80 million. The total stuns me. Only after calculating it do I realize how much I've gotten. If your eye'd be cardno, non-automatic stream of the automatics and marketing forward. Could those accounts really hold tens of millions of Swiss francs? Ross, right? Want to come to Switzerland? I'm waiting for you to eat this entire container's contents. My car arrives, so we leave. Someone calls after me, little brother, we really want to know whether that account holds money. Can you live stream it? Don't worry, there'll be a tip. The idea works, so a live stream room is registered immediately. Let's go, Grandpa. That username isn't bad. Come on. As the broadcast follows me, viewers erupt. Oh my god, this little brother actually goes to Switzerland. The accounts might hold money and excitement takes over. Type 1 for money, 2 for nothing. I bet my fortune, 2.5 yuan on this check. Let's go. At the Swiss bank, a clerk greets me and studies my face. I know their habits well. I answer, hello, I need to withdraw cash. He points to a self-service machine. Use that one. For a large withdrawal, take a number and wait. A quick thanks ends the exchange. The clerk's confidence seems justified. Asians hold a considerable share of deposits in Swiss banks. At the counter, my request is simple. Hello, I need to withdraw cash. He points toward the self-service machines. Use one over there. For a large withdrawal, take a number and wait. It's coming, it's coming. 2 packs of spicy strips. Say the luck deity blesses this account with money. Holy crap, 8 million. He's truly rich. This is unbelievable. 100 years ago, who could imagine he would actually be rich? Boss, you've hit the jackpot. This is real. Someone challenges me, little brother. That card isn't yours. Nothing like this came from your own container. That's impossible to believe. 8 million Swiss francs equals 64 million RMB. The stream loses control. This is madness. Kneeling is the only answer. Laughter follows the vindication. The guess is right. He's truly rich. With 8 million Swiss francs, this guy really steps in dog shit. He gets every good thing in the world. Jealous viewers turn toward the next card. Let's see now. His luck cannot last forever. Look at this one. The next balance appears, and the stream erupts again. Holy crap, another 5 million. 2 cards already total 13 million Swiss francs, more than 100 million RMB. To gather that much money and transfer it abroad, could it be him? Who could it be? The answer only deepens the mystery. That cannot be said. Damn it, people who keep everyone in suspense are the worst. Shane, skip checking. I'll pay 5 million each. A rival bidder laughs at the attempted scrap hunt. Both cards hold at least 5 million Swiss francs. A bidder scoffs, 5 million each? How dare you? Then the offer rises. Shane, 8 million for every remaining card. Gamblers really are everywhere. All 20 cards total, 120 million. After checking these, 119 million remains. The remaining 18 hold only 10 million altogether, so 8 million each means profit. Then one name suddenly looks strangely familiar. Sir, is this name familiar? Ross scoffs. You're the fool. Shane, name your answer. Are the bank cards for sale? My refusal shocks him. No? Not even one at 8 million? Little brother, are you really that confident? Frank fires back. Ross, you're shameless. I end it. Enough. Frank, keep checking. My god, almost 10 million RMB again? The total is recalculated once everything is added together. Has it dropped? That's roughly 120 million RMB. The envy is unbearable. Everyone's eyes are red. Against the noise, the figure matches the system's estimate almost exactly. Yet all 20 cards together should hold under 1,000 RMB. What's happening? Ross presses me, check or not, 10 million each, last chance. Shane, selling? Whatever our disagreement, don't turn down the money. Are you sure? 10 million? He agrees. Yes, a flight leave now for Switzerland, face to face, but no balance checks. Another buyer jumps in, same here. Wait, there are 20 cards and 3 straight ones already hold enormous sums. It's better to settle a feud than prolong it. Trading with Ross to preserve face seems acceptable. What are you afraid of, Shane? You're right, brother. Ross then changes tack and shows me something. Brother, look at this. Cash is a little tight lately. How about exchanging something instead? He presents a mysterious sandalwood box. Its market price is unknown, and even its buyback price is unknown. Unknown? Holy crap, could this box be some kind of treasure? Ross, are you sure this box buys the bank cards? A bystander scoffs at the trade. You're really something. Even a dog wouldn't want this junk, yet you're replacing 10 million with it. The insult turns sharper. You little brat, get out. Then someone urges me. Shane, examine it closely. Ross defends it. This is no ordinary box. It's a family heirloom, no trade, and it leaves with me. I stop him. Wait, let me look again. Sir, have you lost your mind? This looks Ming Dynasty at best, worth no more than 300,000. The price confirms Ross has reached his limit. He bristles. You've gone too far. Still, kindness wins out. Oh well, what can be done? I'm such a kind person. Kindness shapes my offer. You cannot have all of them. Pick 3, 5, 4, and 1 more at random, then leave. Fine, 4 cards. Another buyer immediately claims the remainder. Wait, the rest are mine at 10 million each. Give the account number. The transfer happens now, sir. Another buyer raises the bid. Sell them here instead. 20 million each. Damn it, you can't be this dishonest. Hey, you old bastard, are you asking for a beating? The competing offers turn ugly, but the agreement stays fixed. Ross, you're still my brother. Since promises already bind me to Ross and the treasure-hunting companion, going back on my word is impossible. The rejected buyer objects, fine, but you promised 10 million for each. We arranged to settle the transaction separately in 2 places. Watching the stream, Ross checks the condition that matters. These bank cards haven't been checked, correct? The answer cuts off misunderstanding. No, what you're seeing is the contract signing and the transfer. Ross laughs, satisfied with the deal. Happy cooperation. You're still a greenhorn trying to fight me. This time, I've really hit the jackpot. Ross turns away and prepares to leave. All right, I'll be going now. I wish you good luck in the future. Then the companion notices something inside the box. Master, there's a treasure in this box. I stop him and decide, I don't know yet. Let's return to the hotel first. Calmly, I tell Frank, don't be angry, I won't sell it. At first, the trick confuses me. Then I remember sharing college rooms with Frank, and I know him too well. The test is simple. Is it empty? He confirms. It is. I ask, how do you know? Frank laughs beside me. Shane, I have my own clever plan. The explanation gets waved aside, as I say, I have no system. All right, let's examine this box. Frank studies the box. What's special? A mechanism clicks. Holy crap, it has a mechanism. I point toward the mechanism and urge the companion forward. Open it quickly and take a look. After all, the system's rating is still unknown. Frank treats the rating as proof of a super treasure. This must be extraordinary. The lid opens, empty. Why is the box empty? Frank curses Ross. That bastard opened it long ago and took everything. He only wanted to cheat people. Frank turns to me. Shane, how could you trade with him? I inspect the wooden box from every angle. It looks shallower than an ordinary box, while its bottom is noticeably thicker. The workmanship is also not bad. The sandalwood feels exceptionally smooth, without a single burr. I run my fingers across it and question the purpose. This thing is worth tens of thousands. Antique markets contain plenty of similar pieces, but this workmanship remains unusually refined. A sharp crack suddenly cuts through the inspection. The box breaks open, proving that its construction is stranger than it first appears. The broken layer exposes another container hidden inside. The companion stares at the thin inner box in disbelief. Oh dear, it's a box within a box. It's so thin, I would never have guessed. Frank checks the sheepskin. It is definitely old, at least from the Qing era. A painting covers it. Shane, look. I spread the sheepskin open and study the image. The simple strokes resemble a map more than an ordinary painting. Frank traces the rough picture. It shows a mountain and water. Mountains are mountains, water is water, we are surrounded by both. What does it mean? My companion leans closer and traces the fragment. This might be a treasure map. It certainly looks like one, but only half remains. The item label calls it the hidden treasure map of a rebel king. I stare at the description and ask, who is this king? A book I once read supplies the answer. The rebel king loses at the Dadu River, hides every treasure before his death, and leaves only a map behind. The book says 8 characters mean water, mountains, treasure. Studying my fragment, I ask, then what is this half map in my hands? My companion studies it. Could this be the king's real treasure map? Since nobody finds the treasure, this fragment could be fake. Still, I curse the rival. That old bastard has exposed another treasure. Frank laughs excitedly. That's great, Shane, can you locate this? Let's hunt for treasure now. I study the crude fragment. I can't tell. This half is too rough. I stop over the fragment and focus on one mountain. Wait a minute, this mountain looks very familiar. The shape feels familiar, as if I have stood there before. The companion asks whether I am certain, but I admit the location cannot be confirmed. Still, a visit can settle it. All right, I'll pack my bags and set off tonight. I turn to Ruby and ask for the location she mentioned. Ruby, where is that place? After climbing through the sweltering heat all day, the companion is soaked through. He finally points ahead. Damn, my underpants are soaked. Here we are. The mountains and water match the fragment, but the view still feels wrong. The companion checks the direction and considers that everyone may be facing the wrong way. Once the clues align, the treasure should be nearby, most likely at the cliff ahead. I compare the map's direction with its literal meaning. Both appear correct, yet something still feels wrong. The map still gives us no answer, so I face the group and settle the matter. Fine everyone, let's search the mountain together. We spread out across the slope and begin checking every likely place. The search reveals nothing. One companion checks the money left in his possession. There's nothing here. The most I have is 3.6 yuan. Another companion looks at the empty search area and mourns his entire fortune. My entire fortune, it's all gone, it's all gone. Frank starts crying, then blinks in confusion. Why am I crying? I only have 2 mao, what am I saying? I knew this would happen. Frank studies my habits. With Shane's cunning, he would never leave treasure unsold, so you exchange your family heirloom for him. I dismiss the suspicion with a cold huff. Of course it's not that simple. Ross believes he has profited, but the deal does not leave me empty-handed either. I make the next decision. Alright, let's go to the airport and buy plane tickets. The airport plan forms, I'll take you somewhere good. The companion rejects it, 100% wrong. After searching the entire mountain, the companion finds nothing and questions the map. I defend its accuracy but realize the direction is wrong. Then I notice scattered ink dots in the blank space beside the picture and words. Wait, look here. The companion studies them. Ink dots, what are these? They resemble accidental drops, but their presence may matter. I examine the tiny marks, but their meaning escapes me. Frank studies them too. They are probably accidental ink drops. I nod, though their scattered placement still troubles me. Ross greets me with a laugh. Good evening, boss Shane. Finished checking your bank card? Rage rises. You schemed against me again. The treasure-hunting companion and I found only 250 yuan. Ross, your luck is terrible. Laughter bursts out around me immediately. Old Shane, each piece is worth at least 5 million. You're incredible. Then Ross snaps, don't get cocky. Shane, you've discovered the box's secret, haven't you? Ross laughs until a strange sound interrupts him. The rival chuckles, you're duped. My family searched everywhere for 3 generations. That scroll's treasure does not exist. Ross treats his family's failed search as definitive proof. His mocking laughter rolls through the call. That old man tricked Shane, someone cries. Doubt takes hold as Ross's certainty sinks in. Could the map really be fake? Is there truly no treasure? If treasure existed, someone would have dug it up long ago already. Damn, this wasteful carelessness. I hunt geese all day, yet one finally pecks me in the eye today. Frank fumes, Master, let's go back tonight and settle accounts with Ross. He'll be beaten so badly he can't care for himself, or the name Frank means nothing anymore. The ink stain isn't accidental. Someone probably placed it deliberately. Above us, tonight's sky is filled with exceptionally beautiful stars. Look at the sky, I urge. Frank stares at me. Master, Ross fooled you, and you still have time to admire the stars? I turn the scroll beneath the night sky and inspect every stain more closely. These ink spots follow an unusually regular pattern. Look at the stars above us. Could these marks represent constellations rather than random spilled ink? This is the Big Dipper, I realize. Ross called the map fake, but he only admitted he'd never found it. Now I'm certain the map must be read alongside this constellation. My companion scans the sky. Where is the Big Dipper? Following it precisely, the land does not match this map. I point at the date and ask, what season was it when the rebel king arrived? Historical records place his arrival in April, the final month of spring. The Big Dipper changes position with each season. I compare the season with the sky. This map is drawn in spring, but now it is summer, so the Big Dipper has shifted. Its current position misleads us. The handle points east in spring and south in summer. Using the seasonal direction, I realign the map. My guess is right. This orientation is accurate. The surrounding ridges and forest now match nearly every feature drawn. Mountains surround 3 sides, exactly as drawn, and the forest matches too. But the distant body of water looks wrong. According to the map, the best location lies on a mountain beside the water, yet there is no mountain there at all. One clue still resists us. I tap the water sign. It may represent the king's men. While the key says mountains are not mountains, water is not water, and a person stands above. What can these false landmarks mean? The contradiction makes me suspect the entire map is fake. Otherwise, Ross would never be so kind. This treasure is something we can only hope for. Maybe we should forget this and go back. Then I stop Frank. Look at the water, brother. Focus on what lies across its surface. He hesitates until I align the view with the 8 characters. No, look at the reflection on the water together with those words. The treasure could be in the water. The answer clicks. It is there, but the exact location still needs determining because the reflection keeps changing. Who would have thought, Frank exclaims. The discovery changes our plan immediately. I'll arrange the equipment now. Everything we need can be delivered here by tomorrow morning without any delay. This body of water wasn't stagnant before, but now it resembles a lake. Everyone, be careful when entering later. If anything happens, surface immediately. Oh God, what is that? Panic erupts in the water. Run, it's a monster. The scramble turns desperate as water already closes over me. Ouch, unchoking. It's a great white shark, Frank shouts. A great white shark has no business here. Run. We search for cover, but there is nowhere to hide. A companion cries, Sir, tell us what to do. Come on, come on. The shark leaves us no time to think. Oh God, it's already catching up. I'm doomed. Not even one girlfriend yet, and now I'm dying. Oh God, don't let it catch me. A companion's command cuts through the panic. Stop dawdling. Run, run, Shane. Frank. A nervous laugh breaks through for 1 second. It's all right now. Run. Shane, Frank, look. A warning jerks our attention sideways. A scream tears out, followed by sudden relief. That was close. What do we do? Master, get inside. Frank screams as the warning dissolves into a long cry. Oh God, there are sharks in this water. This is terrifying. Frank, thank you for that. Without you, I probably would have died. He brushes it aside. Damn it, we're brothers. Stop being so dramatic. With the immediate danger behind us, I turn to the chamber. All right, let's look around and find out whether this is where the treasure is hidden. Everyone is okay, so we explore this place together and search every reachable corner for an answer. This should only be an entrance. A strange feeling pulls me toward the wall. Something is wrong here. Everyone take a close look at this wall. Could there be a mechanism? You suspect another entrance is hidden inside this wall. Frank looks at me as though the idea belongs in fiction. Master, are you reading a novel? Even so, if our search is not mistaken, this place is indeed only an entrance. A companion calls, Shane, Frank, come quickly. Look, there is a crack here. We trace its extension across the stone, where it forms an irregular circle. So this protruding boulder must be the wind-moving rock. Our reliable companion is right. The massive stone jutting from the wall fits that description exactly. The truth should be inside. So what are we waiting for? Let's open this rock quickly. But the boulder is enormous, and we brought no tools. This cave truly appears to be completely natural. Historical records say the rebel king orders his soldiers to hide the treasure. Afterward, every man involved vanishes without a trace. That's right. They say the soldiers are sealed inside with the treasure. With little time, the rebel king cannot build elaborate traps. I study the boulder and see the problem. If it moves easily, the soldiers sealed inside could move it too, then simply walk out. So this entire trip is wasted. A companion laughs bitterly, but another refuses to accept it. No, that's impossible. Look at this. Will it work? Explosives appear before us. Damn, you actually brought those. The answer comes with a laugh. That's called being prepared. Now both of you, stand back. The blast reveals a hidden paradise. Could the treasure be here? It seems very likely, but traps may remain. Everyone stay careful. I'll lead. Cold air surrounds us inside the cave. It's chilly in here. This place gives me the creeps. I steady my companions. Do not panic. This must be where the soldiers carried out their task and hid the treasure. If my judgment is right, we finally find the place. A companion points ahead. Sir, look, that small cavern contains 8 large wooden boxes. Is that the treasure? Excitement overwhelms one companion. Damn, let me enter first and look. I stop him. Be careful. Observe everything closely. There are traps here. This isn't an underground palace. Why expect traps? The cave is natural, but its floor lies strangely flat, unlike the jagged rocks outside. More importantly, the 8 wooden boxes form a donghua diagram, suppressing the treasure through a mysterious formation. The warning confirms my suspicion. Treasure has a price, but life is priceless. Studying the inscription, I tell my companion, this must be the rebel leader's hidden treasure. What do you think, sir? Look at the box's positions and shapes. 8 chests surround 2 large rocks in the center, forming a typical donghua diagram. A higher viewpoint would make the formation even clearer. The conclusion finally settles over us, so this place truly contains a trap. Must we abandon treasure that's already within reach? I refuse to rush. Don't worry. Let's examine this cave carefully and determine how to break the trap. Inside the cave, a companion points toward fresh writing on the wall. The Heavenly Dynasty will never perish. Those words identify the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom and confirm that its soldiers leave this warning here for us. The inscription recounts, "The Wing King leads us here, and we could cross the river, but mother gives birth, so he orders a 3-day banquet." After reading it, a companion turns to me. "Shane, this account barely differs from what history records. Yet fate turns cruel. 3 days later, torrential rain floods the city, prevents the crossing, and leaves the travelers facing Qing soldiers blocking their escape. With escape impossible, the rebel king orders every treasure hidden here. I examine the bones and the 8 chests. Then I read aloud, more than 80 men follow their commander here to hide the treasure." The grim record continues. During the retreat, the Wing King seals the cave with huge rocks, imprisoning everyone. After dozens of sunless days searching for another exit, the brothers kill each other. The last dozen use their remaining strength to leave one warning: whoever finds this place must never become greedy, or endless consequences will follow. The inscription matches history. The rebel king seals these men inside, probably so none can return later, uncover the cave, and claim the treasure. Whatever was right or wrong, we leave that part of history without judgment. A companion studies the remains against the stone. "Master, look, these people seem to have died sitting against the cave wall." Something among the bones catches his attention. "Master, what is this?" My companion gasps, "The rebel king's own killing token." No writing appears on the token's back. I recognize it as one the rebel leader issues to trusted officers. The evidence convinces me the dead man was one of the rebel leader's highest-ranking and most trusted military officers. A companion lifts the token and cries, "Master, this is priceless. Tokens from the rebel state are already rare, and this one belonged to its leader. Its historical value is immense. No price can measure it. We are rich." Laughter echoes through the cave. Who could imagine we'd find Wade's lost treasure? I remain cautious. "While checking the cave, did you find another exit? Why search for one? Once we take the treasure, we can leave the way we entered." I point back toward the inscription. "You still intend to take it? Didn't you read the final warning? Moving the treasure invites disaster. The warning earns only disbelief. You actually believe that? It's merely a scare tactic." Someone dismisses it as a publicity stunt, but another companion intervenes. "Don't act recklessly. Better safe than sorry." The others agree with my caution. We can't take this lightly. Frustration immediately erupts. "Damn it, then why are we even here? Are we supposed to look around and leave?" Sudden laughter answers from behind us. "Why are you here? Obviously, you're here to show us the way." Ross has followed us. "Damn you, Ross, how did you find this place?" He invokes the mantis stalking prey, unaware of the oriole behind. Ross challenges me. "You think I never knew about that treasure map?" Ross laughs that my luck is absurd. He only wants to try, never expecting me to find it. Ross admits underestimating me, then calls me arrogant. "Don't say you were never given a chance." Ross points toward the treasure and orders us away. "Get out of here right now, otherwise don't blame me for making you stay here to keep them company, you bastards. This is the treasure we found." When someone reaches toward it, Ross immediately taunts them. "You dare touch it? Try it. Ha ha ha, you little brat, who gave you the right to speak here? Even your father wouldn't dare to yell at me." "Old Zhang, look over there. 8 huge chests of treasure." Frank sees our chance to turn the tables, then lowers his head. "When you're under someone's roof, you have to bow your head. This time, we admit defeat. Take the treasure." Frank refuses to accept that fear has stopped us. "Oldya, you weren't scared when facing sharks, but why fear these bastards? We can keep them here." An excited companion rushes toward the chests. "Listen to me, brother. Ha ha ha, let's open them." I stop him and he protests. "Master, why are you stopping me?" Ross watches his grandson with open distrust. This grandson of mine, even if he takes the treasure, probably won't let us go. I point out the danger instead of celebrating. "Rather than that, we might as well take a gamble. I told you there's a trap here. Once it's activated, the wooden boxes inside are probably going to be in trouble." The others hesitate, unsure what to do next, until the hidden chamber reveals a mountain of gold. "What should we do now? Wait, this is a mountain of gold." A companion presents the discovery to me in disbelief. "This must be yours, sir. How much is such a huge pile of gold worth?" I examine the shining mass and correct the assumption. This isn't pure gold, it's a gilded copper mountain. Historically, it's recorded that this was Shidakai's favorite possession. This thing is as valuable as Empress Dowager Shichi's jade watermelon. The discovery leaves everyone laughing with disbelief. It's truly a stroke of luck. We never expected to find Shidakai's treasure. Ross immediately takes command again. "What are you standing there for? Quickly bring the boxes out." The sight of the chests makes me remember something important. I just remembered those 8 wooden boxes. I connect the boxes to an ancient arrangement. It must be part of an 8 gates formation. A companion demands an explanation, and another admits, "I've seen the 8 gates formation in ancient books." The formation follows a simple principle, though its variations are endless. 8 gates form the array. To break it, we must find the gate of life. A companion asks, "What gate of life?" Growing more confused, I recite the 8 gates: open, rest, life, death, shock, injury, block, and view. Then I explain, we must locate the gate of life first and connect it with the formation's core to break the array. The warning stands, find life first, or it triggers. The others finally understand why the boxes cannot be moved carelessly. So, if they move those wooden boxes randomly, they will trigger the mechanism. That should be it. The wooden boxes shift, and the mechanism activates at once. Someone clutches an injured arm and shouts, they triggered the mechanism. Oh my arm, what are you all standing there for? Ross cries out for help while mocking the trapped rival. Come and help me, ha ha ha. Jongmazi, this is called retribution. 2 words for you, serves you right, all misfortunes stem from greed. Ross struggles against the trap, and throws fate back at Jongmazi. What is destined will eventually be destined. Don't force things when they're not meant to be. It seems this treasure isn't for you. The trapped man finally abandons his greed and begs for rescue. I was wrong, please rescue me. I don't want this treasure anymore, I really don't. I refuse to waste sympathy on him. Rescue you? Bah, dream on. With Ross trapped, I recognize my sudden advantage. Fate helps me. If you had not triggered the mechanism, I could not take this treasure. Frank, contact someone you trust, and move everything out first. I leave him one narrow promise. As for me, I'll naturally rescue you after I move them out. The promise ends with a condition for everyone else. But as for the people you brought, you'll have to clean up the mess yourself. Frank reaches for his contacts and prepares an extraction. I'll contact a helicopter and some men to come over. Be careful, everyone. There are treasures in here. Then he challenges Ross. Master Jongmazi, you're just letting them go like this? Ross restrains himself because the situation cannot go too far in modern society. After all, this is modern society. We can't go too far. All right, leave them here and figure out how to get back. Let's go. We'll go straight to you. Afterward, Frank watches me approach the remaining box. Shane, are you going to open the box now? Frank can barely contain his anticipation and announces the split. Before you open it, let me make this clear. The 3 of us will split this stuff equally. Another companion rejects the demand. Bullshit. This treasure map was obtained by you exchanging your bank card. We don't want a deal. We also bought the container together, so the treasure must be split equally. The argument turns into a chaotic negotiation over ownership. That's your skill in earning it. What does it have to do with us? Anyway, we don't want it. The others refuse to yield. No way, we're not brothers anymore. Give it to us if you want, but we only want 10% at most. Otherwise, we're not brothers anymore. We'll only accept 10% at most. Ross remembers the debt between us and curses under his breath. Damn, this kid even saved my life in the water. I remember that the system now guides my treasure hunts. I have a system now, so it's not bad. This time, I'll definitely be able to lead them to make a fortune. Then I stop the delay. Okay, stop dawdling and open the box. I'm itching to get my hands on it. Okay, let's begin. The system identifies the item, Sword of Gojan, King of Yue. The system identifies the material as bronze and declares it the #1 sword under heaven, the king of bronze swords, with a market price of 66 billion. The system gives the same 66 billion buyback price, and I stare at the result. This is actually the Sword of Gojan, King of Yue. Frank reacts to the name with stunned recognition. What? The Sword of Gojan, King of Yue. My god, isn't this the sword used by that great god who licks gall even in his sleep? Isn't this a treasure from the late spring and autumn period of the Yue kingdom? Frank stares at the blade. How can this be here? A rare treasure, are you sure? Records say the Sword of Gojan, King of Yue, measures 55.6 centimeters. The blade carries black rhomboid geometric patterns, while its front has only a few designs and is inlaid with blue glass. The back bears cloud patterns and turquoise inlays. Its disc-shaped pommel curls outward around 11 intricate concentric circles inside the hilt. Silk cord wraps it beside 3 engraved rings. Dark diamond patterns cover both sides of the blade, blue glass fills the front, while turquoise patterns adorn the back. Everything matches, Frank exclaims. If it's genuine, sir, you struck it rich again. Then he presses me. Are you certain? Should an expert authenticate it? I answer, not yet. It's probably genuine. Along the blade's gaps, I find 2 inscription lines totaling 8 characters, made by the King of Yue. Turning to my companion, I say, bring me some A4 paper. He tests the edge and cries, after more than 2,500 years it is still incredibly sharp. Exactly, after over 2,500 years, its exquisite patterns remain clear, beautiful, and rust-free. The world's finest sword is no exaggeration. Ruby, doesn't your family run an auction house? Then hurry and estimate it. Ruby needs no time, this is priceless. Any figure would exceed $10 billion. That figure still sounds impossibly small. 10 billion barely captures it. This sword should be worth at least 50 billion. The treasure remains tightly sealed. No, we cannot open it again. Prying again could damage it, so a vacuum chamber becomes essential. Someone will build one immediately, but reconstruction takes at least 3 months. Ruby offers a faster solution. Why not use the vacuum chamber at my family's auction house? Inspection only takes half a month. Her family also employs elite appraisers. Arrange for someone to move it. Ruby agrees. All right, the call and transportation arrangements happen now. A call suddenly comes in about another container auction. After checking with me, my companion explains, remember that container business? A friend has contacted a specialized port in America. Nothing is scheduled there for 2 weeks, so shall we take a look? Everything here is arranged, and 2 weeks is plenty. The timing fits perfectly. Book the tickets now. Tomorrow, we go straight to the container auction. This time, a super treasure is coming out of that container. At the auction, my companion wonders, is this a foreign container blind box? It resembles ours, while the system displays item and interesting container. The recycling price reads unknown. A question strikes me, does the system not recognize the value of foreign goods? The container comes from China to Alaska, but its owner cannot pay the remaining balance, forcing it into a public auction. The auction host declares, same rules, you have 1 minute to observe. Bidding opens at $100. I check with Ruby. Did you see clearly? Is that definitely a camera lens? She confirms, absolutely. The picture clearly shows a camera lens. We cannot surrender this container. $1,000. A bidder laughs at the contents. Sir, look at this junk. Even a dog wouldn't want it. Another $1,000 bid lands. My companion points at the writing, but the bidder chuckles. Oh, right. You're trying to trick them. This container is a trap. Whoever buys it is doomed. This utterly bizarre design will ruin treasure hunters who cannot read Chinese. I keep my discovery quiet, fearing someone might notice. Across the auction, a bidder suddenly cries, oh my god, the lens is visible. Judging by the markings, these goods come from China, whose electronics sell exceptionally well. One box contains camera lenses. The remaining boxes likely hold phones and laptops. $1,500. A bidder studies the box. The camera lens picture has 3 Chinese characters underneath, but those characters are unfamiliar. His companion laughs. Same here, but camera uses 3 Chinese characters. Dad will teach you. Those characters mean thermos cup. My companion jokes, even thermos cups get auctioned, boss. Could bank cards be hidden inside? The whole shipment cannot consist of camera lenses. The owner loses this container after failing to pay the balance, and ordinary goods alone would never cause that. $3,000. Another bid follows. $3,010. Dave scoffs. Compete if you want, foreign kid, but add more than $1. My answer stings. The increase is mine. Fight me. Seeing that I am Chinese, he assumes I recognize the characters, confirming treasure inside. $5,000. Even at a slightly higher price, camera lenses keep us from losing money this time. Phones or laptops in the remaining boxes would turn it into a huge profit. The bidding surges. $10,000, $10,000. Then Dave raises it. $15,000. Go ahead, foreign kid. I counter. $20,000. The host repeats. $20,000. Dave glares at me. Are you really going to keep this up? I check our limit. Ruby, how much remains? She answers. All our savings total $50,000. Dave immediately bids the full amount. $50,000. Bid again, foreign kid, and it's yours. Since Dave knows I can read Chinese yet still challenges me, he clearly believes the writing reveals treasure. That finally gives me confidence to fight. Dave grins at me. $50,000 for a broken container? That's already over $300,000. $50,000 cannot scare me. Even the system's mysterious unknown makes this container essential. Before my next bid lands, the host declares, $50,000 sold. Congratulations, Dave, Ruby protests. Wait, the price hasn't been raised yet. The host dismisses her. Time is up. You missed your chance. Dave laughs triumphantly. How about that, foreign kid? You dare compete with me? Have you forgotten whose territory this is? A conspiracy. They can play like this? That old man is too cunning. He even messages me, demanding $1,000 to hand it directly over. Still, the price is worth paying. This container is about to make me rich. At least 1 box of iPhones and Apple computers could be inside. Selling everything would bring at least $1 million. Oh my god, we've made a fortune. The spending plan is already clear. First, the brothers get an entire night of revelry. We'll personally teach that awful foreign kid a lesson. Follow me and learn. Once success comes, everyone gets a share of the rewards. The boasting draws an immediate jab, already bragging before opening the box. Aren't you afraid a container full of thermos cups will slap you in the face? He snorts. You've never seen anything like this. Now comes the display of power. Shall we open it now? Haha, I am waiting for these 2 idiots to make complete fools of themselves. They dare laugh at Boss Shane, and now that arrogance is about to come back on them. This box is too light. High-end lenses may be unfamiliar, but you don't need to eat pork to recognize a running pig. Could this be high-tech? High-tech products keep getting lighter these days. Even iPhones get lighter and lighter. That must explain it. Convinced by that logic, he reaches his grand conclusion. This entire box of camera lenses is definitely made from high-tech materials. We're going to be rich. High-end camera lenses are precious. Their shipping methods may be unfamiliar, but nobody simply piles them haphazardly into a box. Then surprise takes over. Damn, Dave, this lens material is unbelievably light. Maybe it really is high-tech. Nanotechnology is the biggest thing right now. Anything tied to those two words is valuable. Could this box contain a nano lens? Oh dear, ignorance really is bliss. Sometimes being a fool looks genuinely enjoyable. Now to see what this legendary technology looks like. The box opens empty. Oh no, our high-tech lens has been stolen. Haha, the two of you are absolute clowns. Opening boxes wastes your talent. Take some advice, stand-up comedy is your true calling. The mockery finally confuses them. What exactly does Dave mean by that? Dave snaps, idiot, this is a thermos, not some damn lens box. We've been scammed. Completely scammed. So becoming millionaires is never going to happen after all. Matt, thank goodness your foresight saves us, or we'd be bankrupt. Attention turns to the thermoses. Grandpa, tell us how much this container can sell for. The appraisal identifies a disguised treasure with a market value of $50,000, while its buyback price remains unknown. The label is technically true. After this buyer spends $50,000, that purchase itself sets the market value at $50,000. The box comes directly from China, so everything hidden inside is very likely stolen property originating from China. Whatever the reason, this national treasure cannot languish overseas. 3 thermos cups are not valuable, but there are so many. With at least 1,000 thermos cups in the container, each worth $10 on the market, the whole batch is worth $10,000. Profit no longer matters. Breaking even beats nothing, and Shane and Dave have both had a difficult time. Take these thermoses. Our store needs restocking anyway, and this helps them. Only then does it register, so you own a shop. Forgive the earlier rudeness, brother, since we're in the same business, please help us out. At this critical moment, I realize our reliable companion truly earns that description. Please, we beg you. The Chinese say saving one life brings more merit than building a 7-story pagoda. Help us, and we'll be grateful for life. Getting the foreign kid involved works in our favor. $5,000 for this container, Chinese guy. Go ahead and believe you've made a profit from the deal. The thermoses are worth $10,000 on the market. $5,000 is a loss, but only under ideal conditions. If they cannot be sold, they're just a worthless pile of junk. Only a complete idiot would buy them. His logic is meant to sting, but one thought stays with me, hopefully, that laughter survives what comes later. A mocking voice follows the sale. Dave is lucky this time. Someone is actually willing to buy that pile of worthless junk. Then the real treasure appears. Oh damn, this box looks antique, so whatever is inside must be incredibly valuable. Sir, move aside, smash the lock, and open it. There is no need to be so violent. This wooden box is valuable, so consider the kind of lock worthy of such a high-class container before smashing it. Realization strikes him at once. So the lock itself is valuable. Damn, there really is treasure here. This lock looks like gold. A closer look confirms it. Yes, it's an antique gold lock. I recognize it from a similar one there in Pete's shop, worth at least $100,000. The would-be smasher erupts. Damn, damn, damn. You nearly wipe out my $100,000. My $100,000. My laughter stops him. Haha, that figure isn't right. This lock is worth at least $1 million. Shock explodes around the box. My God, a lock worth $1 million means whatever sits inside must be priceless. The box itself is incredibly heavy. Though clearly wooden, it feels more like solid gold and iron. Something about it catches my attention. This box is made of ebony. The stunned follow-up comes immediately. Is ebony really that valuable? Of course it is. Ebony is even more valuable than gold. The explanation continues. Ebony selected for a box like this is the finest of the finest, a treasure that no amount of money can buy. The appraisal reads, purple gold ebony box, market price $3 million, buyback price $100,300,000. A companion stares at the appraisal and cries, my God, $1,003 million. What treasure could be inside the box? We have no key, so the box stays shut. I tell them, find me a wire. A companion rushes off, then looks back in shock. Master, can you really pick locks? I let out a nervous laugh. I can't, but system, activate X-ray vision for me. With X-ray vision active, picking the lock becomes incredibly simple. I ignore the chatter and open the box. Inside, someone spots $100,000 and cries, I want this box, you idiot. The lock alone is worth $1 million. The $100,000 estimate earns instant scorn. Go away and die somewhere else. A box like this is worth closer to $100 million. The treasure seeker stares at the contents. How can it be gold? This mask isn't even worth as much as the box. I correct him sharply. It is the mask and box, you illiterate. The mask demands attention. Look closely. This is Pharaoh Tutankhamun's legendary mask. The system identifies it immediately. Item, Pharaoh Tutankhamun's mask. One of the world's 10 priceless treasures, worth $1 billion. Someone still asks, what mask? The doubter admits, I've never heard of it. King of the Curses, have you heard of it? Then recognition finally strikes. This is the legendary treasure, Tutankhamun. In the room, history and archaeology buffs recognize the legendary pharaoh, the king of curses. Though he is not ancient Egypt's greatest ruler, his tomb represents the pinnacle of ancient Egyptian art and makes his name resound across the world. That artistic legacy makes Tutankhamun famous worldwide. The others finally understand the discovery. God, you say this is that mask. The rival claims the mask as his own. This is mine, it's mine. Take one more step and I won't hesitate to send you to meet your God. Then panic replaces his threat. No, don't do this to me. I realize the absurd truth. I'm such an idiot. I paid $5,000 for a priceless treasure. Regret overwhelms me as I look at the dying treasure seeker. This object is impossibly valuable, and its true price is beyond anyone's ability to pay. Someone studies the mask more carefully. Isn't it just gold, with gems and stained glass inlaid across it? And what are those strange shapes? The forehead bears the eagle god and cobra god, symbols of Upper and Lower Egypt. Below them, a bearded figure represents Osiris. The first people entering Tutankhamun's pyramid die mysteriously, creating his title, King of Curses. I stare at the golden mask in disbelief. It should rest in the Cairo Museum, yet I find it hidden inside a container bound from China to Alaska. How does it get here? Even the pharaoh's famous curse seems tied to this impossible journey and the tomb's warning. 2 sentences on the pyramid walls disturb the pharaoh's slumber. Their warning promises that death is about to descend upon the intruder. I read the second warning. Anyone with an impure heart will have his neck wrung in this tomb, like a bird caught by the throat. The first artisans entering the tomb and the English merchants funding its excavation all die mysteriously, so the legends grow wild. Later, people prove the curse is false because the sealed pyramid's foul air poisons dozens after 3,000 years. The explanation exposes the doubter's foolishness. The mask is a priceless heirloom, impossible to price, and I insist it must return to China immediately. Selling such a treasure would bring unimaginable consequences. I cannot accept the theft. If someone dug up your ancestral graves, how would you react? Anyone who dares this, I'd fight them to the death. This golden mask carries the weight of an Egyptian ancestral grave. I warned that its theft would provoke fury, then agree to contact special channels and return it to China. The thermos cups remain valuable, however, and another decision waits. I glance toward Dave, who has struggled through everything. Maybe we should crush his spirit? But I immediately refuse the thermos. I don't want it. Dave reacts fiercely. I'd rather jump off this cliff than take your cup. I quickly clarify, no, you misunderstood. I never said I would give it to you. Why not sell it right in front of you? The bidders watch my fortune grow and curse their luck. You struck it rich, it's infuriating. One bidder cannot understand my restraint. You just picked up a priceless box and heirloom, yet you still want a $10,000 thermos? The argument turns to simple arithmetic. Why reject the thermos box? Its market value is $10,000, and after the $5,000 cost, you still clear $4,000. Another bidder calls the profit practically free. Why refuse it? What kind of business do you run, rejecting something worth several $1,000s? Laughter follows and someone agrees. Boss, you're right. A companion admits the thermos looks good and offers it to me. Then someone proposes a raffle, asks about the 2 remaining containers, and receives my decision. No, we've had enough today. Let's call it a day. Danger triggers a spatial vault. I feel the new storage space open. The new ability solves my biggest problem. Haha, good stuff. Now I can finally store this treasure with peace of mind. I understand the danger of publicity. If news that the golden mask is in my hands gets out, the Egyptians will really go crazy. So I make the only sensible choice. This treasure is better hidden. Ross appears again. I face him. Still haunting me? Not convinced? Meet me, and we settle this. Ross lowers his hostility and admits defeat. I underestimated you. You're really strong. You've seen it too. We're already bankrupt, so I want to make a deal with you. I reject his opening immediately. If you want money, get lost, Frank urges him to finish, and Ross quickly corrects himself. No, I don't want money, W. Or first and drink. Ross reveals he has another proposal. There's something I'd like to sell you, but I don't know whether you'll take it. I ask what he is selling, and he tells me to look at it first. The seller finally reveals the item. This is a farmland deed detailing a mysterious property. Buy it, and it will bring an unexpected gain for you. The place is no ordinary property. Dulles clarifies, more precisely, this is a certificate granting oil field extraction rights. I question the unfamiliar term. What exactly does an oil field extraction rights certificate mean? The seller introduces himself. My name is Dulles. Besides being a treasure hunter, my other profession is hunting oil. The profession of oil hunting is entirely new to me, he continues. Securing this land deed has required enormous effort. The original plan is to make a big splash, but things haven't gone as planned. Now there aren't enough funds to begin digging. I do not believe a single word from this man. Container treasure hunting, gem hunting, and oil hunting are all forms of gambling. Anyone who sits at that table becomes a gambler, and only a fool trusts a gambler's claims. You claim this farm as oil? His guarantee is absolute. That is absolutely true. This 150-acre farm is no ordinary place whatsoever. 2 high-yield oil fields have already been tapped. Barring anything unexpected, this land will very likely reveal another large oil field. According to industry insiders, this oil field may be worth as much as $2 billion in total. $2 billion? Is oil extraction really that profitable? His answer distinguishes the scale. This is a large oil field. Naturally, small oil fields cannot compare. Will you take this land? I reduce it to the property. How much do you want for the farm? Dulles corrects me. This is a huge oil field, not a farm. It is worth $2 billion, so $200 million is reasonable. I hold firm. I'm buying a farm. Oil fields mean nothing to me. $200 million is impossible. If you'll sell for $1 million, I'll take it for $1 million right now. Can the price bend this far? Will he go berserk? His protest comes. $1 million is too little. A compromise finally comes. $80 million is my bottom line. I counter, $2 million is also my bottom line. Our bottom lines remain impossibly far apart, and this negotiation seems doomed. Then the seller abruptly closes the gap. $3 million. Deal. With the farm secured, I finally have a foothold here. With the system, I make my next decision. I'll plunder every treasure across this entire land.